The year is 1466, and the continent of Noterrea is going to experience a change unlike anything seen before. The Phasic Empire, also known as the Southern Noterrean Empire, used to span from Thessaloniki to Rome and Tanza in its peak in 417 after the fall of the Northern Noterrean Empire. Yet its domain had gradually been chipped away and away until what's left of it stands behind the Great Walls of Phasianople. These great walls, though massive and armed to the teeth, were not ready for what was to come. From the southern continent, the nomadic Mani people worshipping Luna and her holy moon scorch had mastered necromancy, creating undead horses to be used as the key to deadly horse archery, which the Mani people quickly used to migrate through to the southmost point of Noterrea in 1332, from which point the Mani Sultanate began expanding into the continent, eventually driving the inferior Phasic peoples to the walls. By 1467, a new invention was made, the undead cannon. Using energy from the dead souls of Phasians, the walls crumbled, leading to the fall of the city, and the end of the great empire, allowing for the rise of a new one, the terrifying Mani Caliphate. Alarm bells rang as Noterrea looked on in horror. The Holy Noterrean papacy called for a crusade with the light of Helios to shine upon the moon-scorched lands, and the armies of Europe mobilized to an army of up to 100,000 men. The Mani Sultanate, numbering about 70,000 thanks to their sophisticated army system, moved their base of operations to Phasianople and called for an additional 10,000 Lune worshippers from the southern continent to reinforce the army to 80,000 strong. The Caliphate army, led by Caliph Palukotis II, rallied in Bananasa as the Crusader forces led by Lord Protector Messer of the Maritime Republics of Heinrich and Azo alongside other kings and dukes positioned themselves on the borders of the Stephanian Confederation. The Caliphate moved on top of the hills out of view from the approaching enemy armies. As the Crusader forces moved forward, the undead horse archers and cannons caused devastation amongst the Crusader lines. Upon trying to get out, a Caliphate force blocked them off, leading to a massacre. 60,000 Crusaders dead with 40,000 captured and either ransomed or enslaved. Messer himself died in battle as a sacrifice, fighting so that the other kings and dukes could escape. With this victory, the Mani Caliphate expanded into Noterrea without opposition, and vassal states, like the Barian Beylik, were set up with Dorograde, a member of the Stephanian Confederation, being fully conquered. 23 years after the great loss at Bananasa, the Arizona Bergic tribes rallied under Levi the Terrible, the harsh and sinister leader whom was ruthless both in the battlefield and with his discipline. The Heliosthenian Crucible was a crusader state carved from the blood of barbarian tribes, and its army had been utterly wiped 23 years ago, leaving it weak. Right now, the Heliosthenians could only muster around 10,000, with 7,500 of that not even being knights. The Arizona Virgins, however, could muster a much larger 50,000, whom, despite being illiterate tribesmen, had the power of the god of war, Bjorn. They called for a Bjorn-Waffen, a holy war against the Heliostheni, to kick them out of their lands and finally kick the Civilized out of the outlands. Heliostheni was alone, 10,000 men guarding the capital.
The Arizona Bergic tribes didn't bother heading for the two cities, going straight for the capital to depose of Grand Master Pupa City. The Heliosthenians stood on the walls. They knew they would lose, so they planned to take out as many as they could. Before the crossbowmen could do anything, the magic artillery blasted the walls to pieces, and the hordes started roaring in, volley after volley, and the Bjornians kept coming. Eventually, the line of defense would crumble, and it seems like all hope was lost. The berserkers engaged the knights in hand-to-hand combat, and being more numerous they would begin overpowering them. Just as the city is about to fall, the Blogovites arrived. The Blogovites were armed with new technology, the arquebus. This could be used in devastating line formations, allowing for volleys to decimate lines. The Kenwunner support would quickly be taken care of, followed by the flanks falling due to the Blogovite cavalry decimating peasant lines. Though the Blogovite army numbered only around 10,000, this was enough to send shockwaves through Bjornian ranks. With this new hope, the Knights of Heliosthenia began pushing the berserkers back, and what ensued was a chaotic retreat. Many barbarians fell, including Levi the Terrible. Ending tribal unity and sending a message to the barbarians: the Helios believers weren't going down without a fight.